It's kind of probably we were talking about United earlier on today, lads, because ego is kind of in this year. Like I mean, if you don't like Ronaldo and you don't like any of that sort of stuff, then maybe we can entice you with some PSG, which exciting enough is not in the Premier League, even though they pretend to, which is it's really cute when they do. So PSG, embarrassment of riches, state-backed football club who want to absorb all the celebrity that they can get, and they had a pretty fun summer actually because they got rid of their manager Mauricio Pochettino and replaced him with a brand new manager called Kylian Mbappe. So I don't know where to start with this. This is like so fucking weird as a concept because essentially, like in all but name, Kylian Mbappe is the player manager of PSG. I'm absolutely exaggerating when I say that, but and also some parts I'm not, which is the scary part. Like this, it's only a slight exaggeration when you see what's actually going on, and I'm thinking this is a 23-year-old child, like man child, in like who's has basically political sway to decide how like a team that he plays in is made. And I'm thinking that is pretty fucked up, considering that there are people in that club that should be doing that themselves. But that's how they got him. That's how they kept him.
Like he's a good player, but it's almost like he's trying to inflate his ego to be bigger than that of Neymar and Messi combined.
Oh yeah, that is very much fucking evident. And may I say, mission accomplished because yeah, he turned a corner. He really did turn a corner in his
That was
ego
when he was
machine.
going for goal and then turned around and went the other way.
Oh yeah, that was that was it. That was the turning point, quite literally.
It's
But
hilarious. It's like kind of like in wrestling when somebody does a heel turn, they literally turn their back on another player, on another
yeah,
wrestler. And it's
yeah,
like, like he's literally done the turn. It's like that's
literally done the heel
exactly what
turn.
he's fucking
Yeah.
done. You know, it's just hilarious. Like
Mm,
he's he's actively trying to get one of his own teammates sold.
yeah.
So he's not you know, literally the instant he signed, they only gave him like a 3 year contract. It's not as if like, oh, we have him for like 6 years or something like that. It's only 3 years. Now, obviously, those 3 years will see him earn, you know, a ridiculously fantastical amount of money. But like literally the instant, like the ink was not even dry on the contract. He's like, sell Neymar, get rid of him, get rid of him. I was like, the
Yeah.
fuck? I was like, I wouldn't even mind, but you're in a World Cup year. So this is like the only year that Neymar will actually do fucking his job.
Yeah, this is
You
one
know,
good year.
you
Yeah.
know, and to be honest with you, like the thing, obviously it's the game against wasn't it Montpellier?
Montpellier, yeah.
Yeah, the 5-2 that we're talking about. It's like Neymar scored twice in that game and was really fucking good. He was
Yeah.
really, really good. I was like, holy shit. You know, this is the Neymar we see playing for Brazil, you know,
Mm.
who's actually really good until his ego takes control and he tries to win games all by himself. And and then he just discards the rest of the team and they get crushed. This is a really good player. Like this is really good. You don't see that out of Mbappe anymore. Um,
No.
it's just it's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
And like, isn't his like agent his mom? Am I getting that wrong?
Well, and Rabiot, I know Rabiot's agent is his man, but
Oh,
I don't.
I'm thinking
No,
Rabiot,
actually,
yeah.
no, you are right. I think Mbappe's mother is his agent. You're right.
Because like
Yeah.
literally, it's just like, oh no, no, you go out and you show those new boys that you're the best one. You're the best one. And then like he's like, oh, mom, they're not passing me the ball. Like that's literally what it looks like on the pitch. And like,
Yeah.
um, I I don't follow the French league because why? Um, um, they they're not even fun to watch except for the chaos. Like, and that's
Yeah. The
just PSG.
headlines it
Everyone else is
generates.
just shit. But like,
Mm.
Well,
um,
yeah, it is fun. It is fun to watch now as a toxic minefield, you know. But the thing about it is that like there are now closer to home toxic minefields, in the shape of Barcelona and Manchester United. They're far much more fun. Um,
Yes.
with PSG, it's just rotting away. It's just being propped up by endless amounts of cash. And it's it's just disgusting now. Like it's only fit to kind of chuckle at. But it's ridiculous. Like
Mm.
it, it's man, it's just crazy. Body checking Messi in the middle of a fucking game. It's like you're fucking serious, man. Uh
Mm.
it's it's like
where does it go from here?
But
it's
that
split.
is the question.
It goes in half basically. It splits. The team is apparently split into two camps.
Yeah.
The Neymar camp. Oh, sorry, the Neymar and Messi camp and the Mbappe camp.
Oh, it's kind of like the Hammer Eye camp.
Exactly the same. It's
Oh yeah,
exactly
the
the same.
men's imitate like copying the women there, imitating the
Absolutely,
women.
very much taking up the mantle from the incredibly toxic women's team that Paris Saint-Germain have. You know, I don't know. I only think Mbappe is only slightly a bit away from having Neymar beaten up by men with iron bars.
Look, you mark my words. That's the next step.
It's the next step. Uh, it's yeah, it's it's brilliant. If it did
Yeah,
happen now,
like
that would be hilarious. They would become my new favorite team.
like
That's where the documentary should be filming.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, that should be it. Like that would actually make it like not only does it make League on no longer one team league, it now makes them a two team league by having a PSG one and PSG two, and just like split the team that way. It's genius. Why hasn't anyone else thought of that? No, seriously, why haven't we thought of that? That's perfect. And then can you imagine when the mercenaries fight off each other and it's all really niggly? It's like, ooh, oh, he's throwing a shoulder in. Oh, they used to be friends 2 years ago. Or maybe you had like a transfer war between PSG one and PSG two because somebody didn't like left Mbappe on scent and he got shipped off to PSG two. Like that would be great. Actually, I'm actually talking myself into this now. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's split the camp completely. Let's make two football clubs out of this.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. And the thing is that it's not going to end anytime soon, which is brilliant
No.
because um Neymar is contracted there until 2027.
Mm.
Mbappe's just signed a new 3-year deal. So yeah, this horrendous handbag fight it seems to go on. It's gonna go on for fucking ages. Um, it was even more funny about that the attack that he just gave up on when Vitinha wouldn't
Yeah,
pass him the ball. If you
Yeah.
actually play that forward and you look at where the ball went, had he
he would have
kept
been there.
running to
Yeah.
the back post, it was a tap in. So
Yeah.
he actually did run away from a certain goal because he wasn't given the ball when he wanted it, as opposed to when it was the best time to actually give him the ball, which is when he's unmarked at the back post, as opposed to when he's 40 yards from the fucking goal and he still has two defenders to get.
With everyone going, oh, if Mbappe gets the ball, I'm going to stop him.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just it. Like it's uh it, I love it. But I
So
love it, but I'm not interested in this toxic shy hawkery anymore. Well, I am interested, like obviously, but the thing is that I reckon it's just low level kind of snarkiness. It's real housewives of Paris Saint Germain shit, but it's the
yeah.
players, you know. Um, pretty much yeah, I'm more hoping for another idiotic French person managed by their mother to sign for Manchester United, which is Rabiot. Because he goes, man, if him or a Cardi, if fucking Manu sign a Cardi, holy shit. Because
Mm,
him, his agent is his wife, Wanda. And holy
mm,
fuck, they're crazy. Like they're
yeah.
legit insane. Icardi, actually, funnily enough, because he used to play for Paris Saint-Germain, Icardi, him and Wanda had a fight and he refused to play until she took him back. And the club went, okay, then, yeah.
It's so ridiculous, isn't it? Like,
He's fucking crazy. I love it.
mm,
He's mental. Brilliant.
yeah.
Ooh.
But that's the thing. Like, it's like I love that how it all essentially starts because PSG were afraid to lose into Real Madrid on the free. He was holding out so much for a move to Madrid to the extent where they had to essentially give him political power to keep him, and legit that is just like not only is it going to raise the ground, but it's slowly raising the ground one by one because the players don't feel like he's part of the team. He's like above them politically. And not even that though, but he even feels that now himself. He feels like he's big dog. He feels like he is now PSG, if you will, to the extent where he's able to like square up to Messi and like give him a little kind of shoulder tap, going like, yeah, look at me, guy. This you don't the guy has won 7 Ballon d'Ors, and this is the stuff that you pull. You haven't got a fucking trophy to your name, and no, Ligue 1 does not fucking count. You have Neymar, who took the second penalty. Mbappe missed the first one at fucking proper Declan Rice efforts, and you're going like, you're going. Let me take the second. I want to take the second one, and Neymar's going, no, you missed. I'll take it, and of course Neymar fucking scores the penalty. So it's just like it's a train wreck happening in slow motion, and all throughout this, PSG did actually let go of Pochettino for reasons unspecified, and they brought in Christophe Galtier, who famously won the league on with Lille at PSG's expense. So literally, have gone like, well, if you can't beat him, sign him, and
Didn't he
they've done
sign
it with the manager.
didn't he sign the sporting director as well from another team that beat them as
Yes,
well? So they've done a Bayern.
yeah,
They've
they've
just
acquired, yeah,
signed the manager and the sporting director from the team that beat them that one time. Whereas
yes.
Bayern one time was like, oh, who finished second to us? We'll get their manager and their best player.
Well,
That's
but
literally what
even
they do.
but even then, like, Galtier is not necessarily like he's not like the erudite manager that PSG would expect themselves to have. In a sense, they're not. He's not like a Zidane or a Mourinho. He's not an egotist, as far as I know. He is a pragmatic manager. The reason he won with Lille was because it was a purely defensive, counter-attacking style, and he had the perfect players in every position to do that. Like I think the average age of that Lille side was 30. It was like the actual the centre back playing was a guy called Shelik, who's gone. I think he was 33, and Jose Font, who's 37. Like this guy now, he must be fucking good because if you can win League On with Jose Font, he's doing something well. You know what I mean? But like he had the perfect attackers, he had all this sort of stuff. Now he's dealing with some of the biggest egos in world football. Like if Neymar is not bad and like not like bad and fucking Messi is bad, now you got Mbappe who's essentially telling him who to sign. It's like this is horrendous. This is a terrible way to run a club, especially considering PSG, especially under the philanthropist view of the Qatari royal family, ultimately exists to win the Champions League, which they probably fucking won't because dumpster fires don't win Champions Leagues.
No,
It's a reality.
you need a team that's united to
Yeah,
you need a team that pulls
100%.
together and actually does it. That's the reason why Real win it so many times because when it comes down to the Champions League, they will
Mm.
actually just go right. Nose is the grindstone. Let's do this. Um,
Yeah, it's all
yeah,
common. It's a
it's
common goal.
crazy,
Yeah.
And that's why. And the PSG they're just trying to jettison a lot of their other egos. I think they're desperately trying to get rid of Icardi and his his psychotic wife. Uh,
Yes.
they are batshit. Apparently, they shag 12 times a day. Um, and they broke up because apparently Icardi was somehow finding time for more sex with
Yes.
a load of Argentine models. And yeah, he vowed never to play again until his wife took him back, which PSG somehow accepted, excusing him from training and a crunch European match. And yeah, like, and then they sagged each other off on social media for ages. Then she did take him back, and now the PSG are like, right, get the fuck out of here. They're in advanced talks to get them to United. Brilliant.
Oh my
It's
God.
hilarious. It really fucking
Like
is.
But
the,
Rabiot's mother is insane as well. Like she's the one who went.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen some of the stuff about her, which is why I was like, I thought the Mbappe mother was
yeah.
kind of the same as well, but like, um, Arsene Wenger had a thing of like no one player is bigger than the club. You look at fucking PSG, and it's just been dwarfed by the egos of like their forward line, let
Yeah.
alone their insane back line or their like, yeah, it's just, um, I don't
But
even know how to. what there's no football logic going on here. When you sign all of these players, you're like, oh, here are these really good players. But like I'm sure on Football Manager and FIFA, those players, none of them have chemistry together. They're all red lines. They all fucking hate each other. They do not want to play with each other.
But that's the
Um,
point, though. They do act as if this is FIFA, and they go like, "Well, we don't have to worry about this. Just get the highest numbers. Just
yeah,
win by outright numbers." It's like, yeah, that's grand when you're up against Kane and Angers and Montpellier every week. When you're up against a team that actually has their shit together, you get caught out like you do every year. You know, it's bear in mind, like this the last year Barcelona ended up in the Europa League. You know, the final was Real Madrid versus Liverpool, two teams who like statistically always do well in the Champions League. It's not down to heritage, it's down to having your shit together. You know what I mean? And treating
yeah,
the competition with respect. They don't treat any competition with respect. And being in the French league is dragging them down. But what's also dragging them down is the fact that they have this insecurity within them to say, "Oh, we're the best team in this league," and then suddenly, "Oh, this Man City, fuck, we're 5-0 down." Like it's so fucking easily done. But yeah, it's a dumpster fire that we can watch from afar. I think is the fair assessment because we will only see the clips out of context. We'll only see Mbappe being a little pissy bitch, and we will just enjoy it because he could have been the best player in the world, but now he'll just be another prima donna.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he's never going to win anything. He's only going to have his money, and it's a pantomime. Like
Yeah.
pure and simple.
And by the way, I know there's gonna be people in the comments going like, "Yeah, but he won the World Cup." It's like, let's be fair, Olivier Giroud won the World Cup. Let's be honest here, like
oi,
about
oi, oi, oi! You keep his beautiful name out of your shitty mouth.
that. Keep your name out of their fucking
Put some respect on my name.
mouth.
He also managed to win a World Cup without scoring a goal. So,
That's an achievement. That is an achievement. Okay.
Well, I
And
see.
then
I always pointed out, like people, that's what everybody slags Gabriel Jesus off in the last World Cup of Brazil. It's like, oh well, he went through the entire tournament and didn't score a goal. I was like, well, first off, he's not really meant to in that Brazil team. He's meant to
mm,
act as foil for Neymar. That's when Neymar went all egotistical and tried to win everything on his own, which you can't actually do in football, no matter how talented you are.
yeah,
So yeah, but I love how people always pointed at when we signed Gabriel Jesus, and they were like, "Oh, we went to the World Cup without scoring a goal." I was like, "The fucking team who won it had a centre forward who didn't score a goal." Not talking about him, and he's a guy who, by the way, keeps calling a donkey, despite the fact that I think he's actually probably won every single thing there is to win in football, isn't it? I think
mm,
he's just not won. No, he has won the Europa League. He won that with
yeah,
Chelsea.
he did. Yeah, yeah, he did. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
He has pretty much actually won every single. Doesn't he? Fuck, I'd have to look that up.
Mm.
He's probably one of the few players to ever win everything because he's got a Euro and a World Cup medal.
Yeah, he hasn't won the Champions League. That's the only thing he hasn't won.
He hasn't won the Champions League.
Yes. So he's won Europa League. He would have won the domestic cups, possibly in the Premier League squad for Chelsea, and then obviously with AC Milan this year. So like that's not a coincidence. Like there's different skill sets. There's such
And he won
things
League
like
One with Montpellier.
Montpellier, exactly. Yeah.
That's why we
Like
signed him. Yeah.
that's where you sign them. Yeah. And like I said, there are such things as, and here's a brand new word for you here at PSG: teamwork.
Being
Oh,
a
even like
No,
team
saying that.
no,
player.
no, like it. Too many letters.
No,
No,
no. Teamwork. Is he from Bayern? Is he? Yes, yes, PSG. He's from Bayern. He's rated 94 on FIFA.
on FIFA. Yeah.
He's great. Yeah, he's good. You really like him. Uh, well.